Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. How great to see everybody back. I trust you enjoyed my last video on children's megastars in Australia, High Five, and we looked at their career and also their song Shine Your Light. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, going from there to an absolutely massive worldwide Disney phenomenon. The 2006 first installment, Kenny Ortega was director. He'd done such ones as Xanadu was one of his movies, and also Dirty Dancing. Peter Mascariani was a writer. And the phenomenon we're talking about is High School Musical. Now, I have very fond memories of High School Musical, very much again from my kids growing up, and how incredibly captivating, how amazing these songs and the story is really, really good. So the premiere of the first installment came out in 2006, and on that premiere night, 7.7 million people watched the premiere, which was absolutely staggeringly good. Zac Efron, Vanessa Hudgens, Ashley Tisdale, Lucas Grabeel, Coleman Blue, and Monique Coleman made up the main six, but there was all sorts of other people in this cast because it was just absolutely a massive cast, this one. It focused on East Side High School and the Wildcats, and the Wildcats were pretty amazing basketballers. Of course, Zac Efron was Troy, Vanessa Hudgens, Gabriella, and while Troy was on holidays, he met Gabriella for the first time, and the song Start of Something New. Now, there are a stack of clips below. Apologies for that, but you can't limit High School Musical too much, but you try to get most of the incredible clips in there. So, Start of Something New. Here's the two of them right at the very, very start. Troy's a little bit more confident because he's captain of the basketball team. And Gabriella's a little bit shyer. She tends to move around a little bit, but she's incredibly clever, this girl. And the two of them realise, hang on a minute, there might be something happening here. So at the very start, we've got Start of Something New. We soon find out that Gabriella moves to East Side High, and then it was only a matter of them meeting each other and catching up again. But we very quickly get into the vibe of the high school. First of all, we've got Get Your Head in the Game. Now, this is a pretty amazing clip of what you can do with a basketball and a rhythm all at the same time. Very, very clever choreography, all the rest of it. But Troy has been touched deeply by Gabriella, and his life is changing a little bit. He's saying, hey, I'm a bit of a basketballer, but perhaps there's more to me than just that. And this is part of the story of High School Musical, is come to grips with who we are completely as human beings. So we've got Get Your Head in the Game. We then go to of course, you've got to have the dining hall scene of school, and Troy announces he can sing. Everyone else starts to announce that they can do things like baking and playing the cello and hip-hopping and all sorts of stuff. And of course, all of these groups just start to meld together as I start to realise there's more to us than just what we're known for. We've got Ashley Tisdale's character, Sharpay. Of course, she doesn't like change. She's the popular girl of the school. She's the one that everyone wants to be with, but she's watching her life unravel in front of her. And so she has something to say about that down the track. So we've got to stick to the status quo. Things start to hot up a little bit when we've got science competitions, and we've got musicals starting to happen, and Troy and Gabriella think, hey, what the heck, let's audition. And of course, Sharpay and Ryan thought they always get in, but there's this thing called a callback. There's a little bit of toing froing about let's try and get the science comp and the musical audition to happen at the same time, but they still managed to do it. They all work together. And one of the incredible things about this musical is how everybody gets together and works together when it's needed. But So it was a callback between two of them, Sharpay and Ryan. Now Sharpay always get the lead roles, and you can actually see why with this incredible performance. It really is quite an amazing performance. This one, they put absolutely everything into this performance, and so we got Sharpay and Ryan doing Bop to the Top. But it was lacking one thing. It was lacking heart. It was polished. It was professional. It was pretty cool. But there was no heart. Until Troy and Gabriella, who managed to shake up all of the things that were against these two to get to the stage, they sing Breaking Free. And of course, we all know we're all waiting for this song to come, because it's such a good one. You know, putting wedges between us, when we become separate hearts. You know, why can't I be what I want to be? I'm breaking free. Such an iconic song for Troy and Gabriella to sing, and absolutely brilliantly written song. The songwriting in this series is absolutely stunning. So we get to the end of the first movie, and they win the premiership, and the science people win their bet, and that's all pretty exciting. And at the end, we're all in this together. Sharpay starts to realise that she can't control everything, and she kind of says, "I wish you all the best for the musical." Then in 2007, and by the way, just on High School Musical, the soundtrack got into the Billboard charts #1 twice. There's been a number of stage and TV adaptations. It's won a stack of music awards, including Primetime Emmy Award, and the soundtrack's sold about 7 million copies worldwide, so pretty significant in the scheme of things. But so Disney said, right, we're going to do a follow-up. So in 2007 out came High School Musical 2, and their focus of this particular thing wasn't on the high school. This was about the summer job. So we've done the jobs, we've done high school, we're doing a summer job, and they all converge on this little resort in the middle of nowhere. And of course, while most of the kids are working hard, Sharpay and Ryan aren't, because they are members. And so here we got set up another bit of a conflict that will happen between trying to grab Troy's attention, because Sharpay likes Troy, but Troy likes Gabriella. We've got a bit of a love triangle happening, and Sharpay does everything she possibly can behind the scenes to try and pull at his heartstrings, buys him golf shoes, does all sorts of things, and Troy starts to forget his friends. Gabriella leaves in the middle of this show because she can't take it anymore. But in the meantime, the gang are preparing for the final, I suppose, end of camp concert, as you do. And of course, Sharpay wants to do her thing, but all the rest of the kids do their thing every day. And it's in that particular clip that Gabriella comes back, and of course, Troy and Gabriella take to limelight in that particular musical. Again, Sharpay doesn't get what she wants. She thinks she would have learnt by the first time, but she doesn't. And so that was the second one. Then in 2008, we had High School Musical Senior Year. This is the only one of the three that actually got into the cinemas. The other two were TV kind of thingies, but this got into the cinemas. It debuted at #1, and it estimated made about $252 million. Pretty successful in the scheme of things. So things are hotting up here for everybody. We've got the whole high school prom thing happening. We've got the final year of school. We've got what on earth are we going to do after? What about the people we know? What about if we don't go to the same place? There's a stack of stuff going on in this musical. Of course, Troy and Gabriella are still kind of hooked up and together, and there's some really nice quiet scenes together right here, right now. Who cares about what's happening in the future? We got right here, right now. Absolutely stunning song for these two. It's got the clip on that one. But it was all getting a bit too much for Troy. Troy was torn now big time between sports scholarships and wanting to sing. He was absolutely torn between these two things. His family's expectations for sport, but he's saying, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do other things. And so he gets torn between those things. And in each of the movies, there's a realization song. And in the third movie, we've got the song Scream, which is absolutely where he's at. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do something else. What about expectations? What about Gabriella? What about my friends? And it's just all too much. And so he's running around the stage singing Scream. So an absolutely incredible performance by Zac Efron here to pull this particular performance off. We've got Scream. And so they have their musical. There's a final sort of concert flingy thing and a bit of a dreaming into the future as they throw their hats in the air. Troy goes off to a university to study music and do sport. Two of these guys get put into Juilliard, and everyone kind of sets off and does their own thing. And so we end up with High School Musical as a bit of a celebration of the last three movies and the absolute blast that the cast members had on this show. It really pulls at our heartstrings, this show, in lots of ways, because we can resonate and reflect with these people's stories. They're wanting them more, but wanting what we know. Realising that we sometimes need to let go of what we know. It really pulls at all of our emotions big time, and the songs are absolutely stunning. There's some really good performances in here as well. Zac Efron, absolutely stunning. Vanessa Hudgens, incredible. Ashley Tisdale as the meaning of the three movies. She does an incredible job. Lucas Grabel, Cobb Blue and Monica Coleman, all of those girls. All those guys just step it up big time to produce what was an iconic phenomenon for Disney. And again, bringing back memories for myself of my own kids growing up and getting taken by these movies. Of course, we have the 3 DVDs in our collection. Absolutely. And so, in this life, there's so much to balance, isn't there? We got balancing our friends, balancing our relationships, balancing our careers, balancing our futures. There's just so much to focus on and to think on. And I think the great thing about High School Musical is we really get invested in the story of these individuals and where they head up. The nastiness at times, the fact that schools don't always let us be ourselves. In fact, society often doesn't let us be ourselves, but pushing past that and being ourselves. This is what made High School Musical so amazing. So it's great to be able to reflect on these 3, incredibly, stunningly good movies back in the 2006 to 2008 year. Certainly part of my kids growing up, that is for sure. So the links to those 9 clips, sorry about that, are in the description below. And I've also included my last video on High Five, so if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, if you've come back for another one, or this is your first time to Life Reflections Through Music, thank you to everyone for being here, coming for the first time. You guys are all amazing, and thank you for sticking with me. Well, that's it for today. Next time we're going to get on to Hilary Scott. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.